Welcome to Sheboygan A's baseball from Wildwood Park. The A's will play the Kenosha Kings today as the second game of the Wisconsin State League Challenge for the A's. The A's won their first game last night against the Lombard Orioles 4-2, just mustering 4 hits, but it seemed to be enough with 8 walks. Kenosha played earlier today at Field of Dreams, and they lost to the Green Bay Blue Ribbons 3-2 in extra innings, and they fell their record to 3-6 after that game. The A's are sitting at 8-5 through their first few games and 2-3 in the Wisconsin State League, so a huge weekend for them to get back on track. Let's go through the A's lineup today. The leading off will be Braden Horn. Hitting second will be John Hadley. Harry Stelt will be in the 3-hole. He's at third base. Connor Lash, who had the big home run last night, is behind the plate. Jacob Neese will be at second base. Nick Tenney will be in left field. Jackson Neelitz is making his A's debut today. He's the DH. Riley Palmquist is at short, and Jason Sims is rounded out in right field. Marty will take us through the Kenosha defense.
Starting pitcher for Kenosha is Will Musser, and the catcher is Zach Lee. Over at first base, they have Sam Plash. Over at second is Joel Cotty, Sheboygan guy, former North High baseball player. Cordell Bowie is at third, Jack Ryan's at short. Around the outfield, left to right, is J.T. Reed, Devontae Glenn, and Mason Velasquez is in right. We figured it out. They're 3-6 coming in, Kenosha is, right?
Yep.
And they lost to Green Bay in a tough one over at the Field of Dreams before this game, 3-2.
Yeah, their losses haven't been pretty so far, especially in the State League. They lost 8-0 to Addison, 8-0 to West Dallas, and 12-1 and 8-0 to Lombard.
One thing, too, is they won their very first league game, and now they've lost 4 in a row.
Yeah, it's a great time for Sheboygan to see these guys. Maybe they can get one from them and get back to 500 in the Wisconsin State League.
Interesting point about Sheboygan's starting pitcher today, Jason Bunton. He played 4 or 5 years with Sheboygan. Then he spent a whole slew of years pitching for Kenosha.
Almost a decade, if not a decade.
And now he's coming back to face his old team today. Be an interesting matchup.
Kings rocking a brown jersey. Normally you kind of see them in the white or red, so looking on the scoreboard, it looks a little different, but this is the Kenosha Kings.
You know, if you look at the catcher's jersey, it just looks old, like it's sun-bleached.
Yeah. I don't know what's the meaning of the names on the back, but one of the players walking by said brilliance, so I don't maybe they get to choose their term. But about ready to start the game. Braden Horn steps into the box, face off against Will Musser. Game time temperature today is 63 degrees. That's a nice day. Not too much wind either. A great day to get to the ballpark. Braden Horn's had a hot start to his season. He was not in the lineup last night, but he's back for game 2. Musser looks in for the first pitch to Braden Horn. Swung on, fouled back. It'll be 0-1 to Horn. Horn's one of the 2 guys from UW-Milwaukee who's getting their chance with the A's. Him and John Hadley are the 2 newcomers.
They've been nice additions to the team.
That's for sure.
Always nice to get a Division I baseball player on your team.
Next pitch to Horn. Swung on and missed. It'll be 0-2. Horn hitting .333 through his first couple of games, 5 walks, and a homer and an RBI. Just high with the breaking ball there from Musser. It'll be 1-2 now.
Our umpires today, we have Jeff Peterson behind home plate. Peyton Kelling is umpiring at first base, and Doug Steinke, last night's plate umpire, is over at third. And then I was talking to him a little bit before the game, Lucas. Each game they move around, so we'll get a different home plate umpire.
Yeah, the A's really don't see too many 3-man crews. This is one of the first times this year, if not the first time.
And these guys aren't used to umpiring 3-man crew either, so it'll be interesting if they get their rotations correctly.
Full count now to Braden Horn. He's worked it from 0-2 to 3-2. See if he can make a base hit or a walk here. Musser looks in, ready for the payoff pitch. Rung him up outside corner, called strike 3, and Braden Horn has struck out looking.
A lot of groaning up here in the press box. It looked like it could have been called outside.
Yeah, it's a tough pitch. You know, at 3 full count, you want it sometimes more inclined to swing, but it's a tough pitch. John Hadley is next up, back-to-back Milwaukee products. He got a hit in his last game, 1 for 4.
Big guy.
That's for sure. Plays a good first base.
Well, we heard Jimmy Jurgensen is out of the country.
Yeah, CJ said he saw on his Instagram that he was taking pictures by the Eiffel Tower.
Vive la France.
0-1 now in Hadley. Just outside, it'll be 1-1 now, John Hadley. Hadley not have the hottest start to his A's career, but like I mentioned earlier, he did have a hit in last game. 6 walks though, early on.
We weren't able to get much information on Kenosha either.
No, yeah.
Couldn't get a roster ahead of time, couldn't get any stats. It's
Yeah, we just found out their names about 15 minutes ago.
I mentioned to you I was trying to find information. I came upon a website of theirs, and then it was starting to kick them off because they haven't been active for over 2 years.
3-1 to John Hadley, and back-to-back 3-ball counts for Musser. A's really working the count, and that's what we were talking about also earlier, how the A's have the same amount of walks as strikeout, or as walks as hits so far this year. 86 to 86.
You know, and that's good, but
that one up the middle, and it won't get through. Picked on the hop, and off. Bounce throw will be off the bag, and John Hadley will have a base hit. Tough play. A slow roller had to make a quick decision there, and throws a little off the bag.
Jack Ryan did a good job of getting over there, but like you said, he just couldn't get his balance to make a strong throw.
Harry Stout hitting third for the A's, and he's rocking the neon green arm sleeve today.
Had a tough game last night.
Unusual. First pitch to Harry. Check swing and strike 1. Looks like he went around. 0-1 now. Man on first base, that's John Hadley, who just reached on the infield single. Musser looks in for the 0-1 pitch to Harry Stout. Right in there with the breaking ball, 0-2.
I think Harry was a little surprised by that pitch.
It was a good break there from Musser. Maybe a little outside. Pickoff throw to get Hadley, but not in time. Back safely. Stout and Lash on deck, who had the big game last night. The 0-2 to Harry Stout. Outside, blocked nicely by the catcher. Lee. Harry's got a 1-2 count on him now. Hitting just under 300, but he does lead the team in both RBIs and walks so far this year. Swung on at check swing, strike 3. 2 strikeouts early for Will Musser. And now retire Harry Stout and bring up Connor Lash. Benefit of the strikeout, though, it didn't give Lee much of a throw to make, so Hadley had second easily.
Yeah, stolen base for Hadley. You know, one of the guys, definitely the player of the game was Sawyer Kolakowski, the pitcher for Sheboygan last night. But another guy that had a real good game is not in the lineup today. It was Blaine Bradford. You know, played really nice short. Just goes to show how deep Sheboygan is.
Especially defensively, it's been a lot stronger this year. Hit a field percentage just over 96%. The 0-1 pitch to Connor Lash is flied into left, not even left. It'll be in foul territory and caught easily. And that'll end the inning. The A's get nothing, and Kenosha will be coming up in the bottom of the first.
Yeah.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more. Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Back for the bottom of the first inning, and the A's pitcher today, Jason Button. He started his A's career in 2003, played for 4 years like you mentioned earlier, and it's back for more in his second year back. The 41-year-old left-hander, 6'3", 195. Marty, you want to take us through the Kenosha Kings batting order?
Leading off is Devontae Glenn, center fielder. Jack Ryan, batting second, is playing short. Cordell Bowie is at third, batting third. Sam Plash, first base, hitting fourth. The number 5 hitter is a DH, Aaron Hurd, batting sixth. The right fielder, Mason Velasquez. JT Reed, hitting seventh, playing left. Zach Lee is the catcher, batting eighth. And batting ninth, Joel Cotty over at second base.
Yeah, the center fielder, Glenn, leading off like you mentioned. Yeah, foul bunt and pops this one up in the air. Looks like Neese has got an easy read on it and makes the catch for the first out. Next up, Jack Ryan. And like we mentioned, we don't know much about this Kenosha Kings team. No real stats. We barely could find their record. Just 3-6 right now after their loss earlier.
Bunton making his third appearance and his third start of the year. Pitched 10 innings, struck out 11, has allowed 13 hits. Has a 0-1 record, hopefully even that up today.
He was really solid last year for this A's team. Pitched a couple times here at Wildwood. 0-1 now to Jack Ryan from Jason Button. In there on that outside corner, 0-2 now.
Outfield for Sheboygan is Tenney in left, Horn in center, and Sims in right. Calvin Kiesler, who has been a regular out in center field for last several games, has not been around last night or tonight. Today.
I don't think he's here this weekend. 2 pitches just.
Not here this weekend at all?
So.
Okay.
2 pitches just off the outside corner that did not get called. 2-2 now to Jack Ryan. High, and it's 3-2. Seen so far early, a lot of 0-2 counts have gone full.
Yeah, a lot of pitches being thrown by both pitchers. Hopefully it doesn't matter too much for our guy, being a 7-inning game.
Yeah, one little blooper in left field, but it'll be easy play over there for the left fielder, Nick Tenney. Brings up the 3-hole hitter, Cordell Bowie.
He's a big guy.
Wish we had their roster, could see his height and weight. That one, line in left center field. That's probably down for a gapper. It'll be an easy stand-up double for Cordell Bowie.
Well, last time I say that.
First pitch swinging right in the left center field gap. Now the cleanup hitter, Sam Plash, playing first base today for Kenosha.
We mentioned at the beginning that prior to this game, Kenosha played over at the Field of Dreams and lost to Green Bay. 3-2 was the final, but they held the lead for a long time at 2-1. It was a tough loss for them.
Yeah, extra innings game too.
And we were looking at it at the end. They had runners on first and second and one out in the eighth with an opportunity to win it, and couldn't do it.
That one lined to left field, and Bowie's going to hold at third. And now advancing to second base, the throw from Lash is late and into the outfield, and that'll score a run, and that will put Plash over at third base. Kind of a roller coaster of a play there, lining left field. Run wasn't going to score. Bowie was already holding. More likely than not, you could just hold that ball if you're Connor Lash.
Costly error for sure.
Aaron Hurd, the DH, now up for the Kenosha Kings with a runner on third base and 2 outs. 1-0 Kenosha after the single from Sam Plash. Late timeout call granted. Hurd must not have, I don't know what his problem was there, but oh, he's giving him the strike now. The timeout was not granted. 0-1 now. Next pitch to Hurd is ground ball. Bunton fields and throws over to first in time to retire Hurd. And that will end the first inning. Kenosha gets 1.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
You serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Back for the top of the second inning, Jacob Neese is going to lead off against Will Musser. Musser gave up that one infield hit to John Hadley, but that was all the damage he saw. Neese off to a mediocre start, hitting over 220, 7 RBIs, 7 walks.
Yeah,
He knows he can do better.
Jacob, last year's team MVP, was hoping for a better start than this.
It'll pick up, though, early in the season. Averages really don't mean a whole ton right now.
Nice crowd, better than last night. Cold
Hard
weather,
to do.
windy. Much nicer today.
First pitch is low, 1-0.
You know, we talked before about 7-inning games, how you want to get the lead. The other thing that changes is the pitch count, because it's only a 7-inning game. You know, usually you don't get up that high pitch count. You know, can stay in the game. Of course, with Brad Reinfleisch, I guess it doesn't matter too much.
He'll throw 1,000 pitches if you need him. Nice is ready for the 1-1. In there, strike 2. Right about number high, 1 and 2 now. A's looking to get going hits-wise. We know they can get on base with the walks, but they haven't been able to drive in those runs that are on base. The 1-2 and out of Jacob Neese.
You know, the idea that walk is as good as a hit is only goes so far, because you get those guys on base. You need a hit to get them in.
That's for sure. Wish we had the runners in the scoring position stats. 2-2 now to Jacob Neese. Swung on and missed. Fouled off and not held on to by Lee back there, so it'll stay 2-2. Kind of an emergency kind of swing looked like from
Yeah,
Jacob
right.
Neese.
He did his best to hang in there, and he did.
Neese playing more second base this year than we've seen in previous years.
His arm came into play at one game on a double play where he took the throw at second, had a strong throw to the first to get the double play, but his arm usually plays a little better at third base.
Full count now to Jacob Neese. Musser has done this a few times, hasn't really been able to put away a batter. He does have 2 strikeouts, but it takes him a while. Pitched from Musser, lined in the right center field gap. Glenn is not going to be able to get there, and Neese is going to roll in the second with a double. Much needed at bat for Jacob Neese. Worked a great count and lined a base hit in the center field.
Great job of going with that outside pitch to right center field, and struck it hard. Over the course of his career, Jacob has been a good power guy. Not always home runs, but extra base hits.
Hey, crushed that ball. That one might have had a shot to get out last night with the wind that we saw. Nick Tenney steps in, the 6-hole hitter. Playing
Last year in Jacob's MVP year, he had 16 doubles.
That one flown into left field. Tough play, and it's going to get down for a base hit, and Jacobs could be in at third, and Tenney's trying for second base, and he's in there safely. Second and third, nobody out for Sheboygan. Great base running by both Neese and Tenney.
Jacob had to hold up a little bit to wait and see if it was going to be caught or not.
Yeah, Nick Tenney, great job. Just put it where they aren't.
Yes. Didn't it off the bat look like it was going to just be caught?
Yeah, like a simple pop fly, but it got down right on the line for a base hit. Jackson Neelitz is up now for the A's, making his debut. What an opportunity is, second and third, nobody out to drive in a run, tie this ball game up, or take the lead. In there, strike 1. Good breaking ball by Will Musser. The 0-1 pitch to Neelitz is bounced in there, 1-1. Lee can't find it. It's not the same guy. It's not the same guy. That's Netzel. Netzler.
Maybe it's a relative.
I don't know.
Hunter played last year as a pitcher, but that was same last name, different first name, obviously.
That one fouled back. 1 and 2.
TJ, do we know if Hunter and Jackson are related? Neelitz?
It's Netzler. It's Hunter Netzler.
Oh, Netzler. My bad.
1 and 2. Neelitz outside. 2 and 2. They look similar.
Yeah.
When I,
Both start with an N.
when I saw Neelitz, I was thinking of Netzler originally. The 2-2 from Musser and Neelitz. That one fouled back. Stays at 2-2. Runners on second and third for the A's. Nobody out. Down 1-0. 2-2 count to Jackson Neelitz. From Cascade, Wisconsin, goes to Rock Valley Junior College. Spiked in there again. That one gets past Lee, and that's going to score a run and tie this ball game up for the A's. Another one to the backstop scores a run for the A's. That's 4 in the last 2 games. And the count's now full to Neelitz, and chance to drive in another.
Infield back.
Yeah. First baseman and is a little further up, but not on the grass like you normally see with less than 2 outs. Full count to Neelitz. Just high and draws a walk. Great at bat from Neelitz. And another runner on for the A's. Brings up Riley Palmquist.
We mentioned at the beginning of the year, Riley got hurt last year, just played, at the beginning and had some really great stats. He's had a really nice start to his season this year, too.
Fouled that one back. It's kind of weird where he hits in the order. He always finds himself way low in the order, even though his numbers always look pretty good.
Right.
Different start today for Sheboygan. I mentioned before this inning started, they need to find a way to get some hits, and they've got 2 in this inning and a walk.
Infield remains back. They are holding the runner at first.
Next pitch to Palmquist is popped up. It looks like it's gonna just go out of play. Almost a play for, I think that's Sam Plash over there at first base.
Yeah, Plash is a big guy too, but just couldn't quite reach it. Got the tip of his glove on it.
We saw a play similar to that on the other side from Harry Steld a few weeks ago.
Harry was willing to lean over the fence.
Palmquist has the 0-2 count now, stays alive after that close foul ball. That one, grounder up the middle, gonna drive in a run. And a double play victim is Palmquist, though, on the negative side, 4-6-3. But the A's take the lead, 2-1.
He got the lead. I know we don't want to hit into a double play, but it did get the run in, like you said, and that run gives us a 2-1 lead.
9-0 hitter Jason Sims is up. Base is clear for him now. That one ground up the middle, a nice play over there by the pitcher and over to Plash at first, and that will end the inning. The A's get 2 runs on 2 hits and take the
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me smells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef. It's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot. Oh!
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Back for the bottom of the second inning, Jason Bunton ready to start off the second inning. He'll face the middle of the order, bottom middle, Mason Velasquez. Strong first inning from Bunton in some aspects and some not.
Doesn't look like he was going to have a clean first inning. He got those first two guys pretty quickly. And then all of a sudden, a couple hits in an air produced a run.
But the A's got two back to take the lead. Velasquez shows bunts, not really much care to it, but pulls it back and he'll take ball one. Bunton working quickly, next pitch in there, 1-1. Velasquez is showing bunt, but he's not looking like he actually wants to bunt.
I think he doesn't want to face a left-hander.
Velasquez ready for the 1-1 pitch from Bunton, fouled back, 1-2.
That ball all the way out of the park, across Denny and Donna Moyer Way, into the woods of no return.
The 1-2, swung and fouled back again.
That goes way back to our first broadcast intern, Lucas. Matt Crowley he's a wrestler actually at Lakeland back, and that's a broadcast intern he was. Whatever, like you know it all. Anyway, he came up with that term, woods of no return.
Seems like it's stuck. Velasquez strikes out swinging. Number 7 playing the 7th position. We saw that a couple times ago with the 9-0 hitter, number 9. But the 7-0 hitter today is JT Reed.
Let's put it this way, CJ. He was the first broadcast intern I worked with.
Another nice play by Jason Bunton on a 1-3 putout.
You know what made that play hard for him? Being a left-hander.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that's why you never see a left-hander play short or third.
Senior softball in Arizona, you do.
Yeah. Zach Lee, the catcher, who gave up one of the runs on a pass ball, steps in. That one fouled right side, off the netting. 0-1.
Little competition, who's going to pick up the ball. Foul territory.
Next pitch to Zach Lee. That one fly deep left center field. And it'll be an easy play for Nick Tenney to retire the side. Kenosha goes down in order. The score remains 2-1 as we head to the top of the third inning.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
Only 4 guys are starting from last night.
Wow. Top of the order due up for the Sheboygan A's. Braden Horn will lead it off. Face Will Musser for his third inning. Horn struck out looking on that tough pitch on a full count his first time up.
You know, having started this game a half an hour late pushes everything else back here at Wildwood,
At least
which may be a benefit for those teams over at the Field of Dreams because they usually come over here to play after playing there.
the only benefit with that is that they've had there's a little bit more gaps in between the games than normal, so maybe it could result in less delay.
Yes. The only difference is they're 7-inning games instead of 9. I know we've had, I think the play ball tournament, which we didn't do this year, would be a time limit kind of deal.
Definitely. I think it was an hour and a half.
I thought it was a little longer,
Was it two?
maybe hour 45. But anyway,
45, yeah.
you know, if it ran over, you might only have a 5-inning game.
Yeah.
If it took too long.
And we saw that with that walk-off grand slam. That was like, I think 5 or 6.
Yeah. We got him back this year, though.
Yeah, that's for sure. Braden Horn ready to lead it off. Pretty clean first inning for Musserbach. Got hit around in his second inning, so see if the A's can match their second inning output here in the third. That one low. 1-0 now to Braden Horn. Horn, like Hadley, has walked a lot his first couple of weeks as a Sheboygan A, just like most of this A's team has, but 5 of them. That one deep center field, sending Glenn back, but it looks like he's got a read on it, and that'll be the first out. Tire Braden Horn.
I hit that ball solidly.
Seen a couple of ones in the gap so far today, 3 of them between both teams.
Jacob Neese's double was really struck well.
John Hadley up again. He had that infield single in the first inning. One of the 3 A's hits. Next pitch, the first pitch to Hadley, I should say, is inside, 1-0.
I'm not going to mention which umpire, but I was talking to him like I mentioned before the game. And the one umpire said he made over $2,000 umpiring just here last summer.
Wow.
Yeah. You got in the wrong business, Lucas.
I wonder how many games he did.
A bunch. Getting right up there in that Peyton Kelling range.
Team photo.
Team photo, yeah, exactly.
Part of his pay. John Hadley in a hole, a 1-2 count. Musser is ready for the 1-2. Swung on and missed, and Hadley goes down swinging. Strikeout number 3 now for Will Musser. All 3 of them have come from the top third of the order.
We had talked about that in last night's game. The 3, 4, and 5 hitters through their first 2 at-bats were 0 for 6 with 6 strikeouts.
It's hard to believe. Harry Stout up now, 2 down, lines it right back up the middle for a base hit. First pitch swinging, Harry Stout. Rockets one into the center field.
That's the Harry we know and love.
Now Connor Lash, who pops out to third base and the first inning.
I didn't notice it his first few at-bats early in the year when we saw him play, but the ball jumps off his bat.
Especially last night, that was the one that got out there real quick. Lash fouls it back off the netting, 0-1. Lash behind the plate. He was the DH in last night's game. goes to Concordia University, Wisconsin. 0-1 the Lash is down the line off the bag and a fair ball. And Harry's going to stay at second base, so a single for Connor Lash. I don't think the third baseman, Bowie, was getting there anyway, but off the bag kept it in play. Another hit for Lash, 3 in his last 2 games.
Not to disparage Harry, but I think we need an extra base hit to score him from second.
Maybe if we get one in the right field, maybe he's got a chance. Pitch to Neese is outside, 1-0. Neese had that rocket double you were talking about in right center field his last time up.
The thing that'll help the base runners in this situation is there are 2 outs.
That one up the middle off the pitcher Musser. Lash is going to be safe at second base, but Neese is going to be out to end the inning. 4-3 put out. The A's threaten but don't get any. Still 2-1 through 2.5.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Back for the bottom of the third inning, Jason Button ready to face the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. Have 3 up, 3 down inning his last time. See if we can do it again the third. First one up is Joel
Cotty.
Cotty. He was the one who made the play to end that third inning for the A's. On that Neese off of the pitcher Musser. We were talking about would you consider that a 1-4-3 because it hit off the pitcher?
I put it down on my sheet as that being that way.
Cotty steps in, ready to face Jason Button. That one popped foul and out of play. 0-1 now to Cotty.
Cotty's no spring chicken. He's been playing baseball for a long, long time.
That one low. Bounced at the plate, 1-1. Brad Reinflesch is throwing in the bullpen. I don't know if he's just doing it for fun, but would be surprised to see him come out here after throwing 169 pitches a couple days ago. That one in there, strike 2.
That was on Sunday? Tuesday night it was.
Pitch is a little fly ball, and Punk was a little trouble reading it, but makes the play nonetheless for the first out.
Was hit so high you had to stagger to catch it.
Back to the top of the order, Devontae Glenn. Glenn's had A lot of work in center field. A lot of balls hit hard at him. Steps out of the box and just takes strike one from
Yeah, it's
Bunton.
interesting. Who's that other kid did the same thing? Hurd, I believe it was.
Swung and missed, 0-2. 0-2 from Bunton. His foul left side. Nearly in the A's dugout.
I think you look at Schmitty and Reinfleisch and Recklitis and now Bunton and Sawyer last night. They all work quick.
Yes. Doesn't give the hitter much time to think. That one was a little check swing, fouled. Bunton's been good so far, especially in that second inning and so far into the third. Fouled back again from Devontae Glenn. 3 in a row fouled off.
Time to set them down.
Send him back to the dugout. 0-2. Swung on and missed by Glenn, and the 2-3 putout is completed from Lash to Hadley for the second out. Strikeout number 2 for Jason Button. Brings up Jack Ryan. 6th in a row set down by Bunton, starting from the third out of the first inning. First pitch to Ryan is in there, strike one. Ryan flew out to left, his first time up.
A1 in the house today, along with Tom Fritsch.
The 0-1. In there again, 0-2. Bun's working the corners really well today, Marty.
He's got very good control, and that's pretty much been a staple of his career. So he's a good one.
The 0-2. That one just off the corner. 1-2 now.
You know, I think Schmitty and Recklitis are certain Hall of Famers. The thing with Jason Bunton is I don't know if he's played enough years to, you know, be considered a Hall of Famer in Sheboygan. I think if you look at his overall career, he would be a Hall of Famer somewhere. With Sheboygan, 6, he's definitely got it.
Swung on and missed to end the inning. Another 3 up, 3 down, and 7 in a row for Jason Button. The A's remain on top 2-1 through 3 innings.
Time is now less than 96 minutes. Thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
What I would say is wait.
Back to the top of the 4th inning for the Sheboygan A's. Will Muster is about ready to face the bottom of the A's order. Nick Tenney, Jackson Neelitz, and Riley Palmquist. This is the part of the order that did all the damage in that second inning to give the A's this 2-1 lead. Tenney started that off with that weird ground ball off in the left field, and he ended up stealing second base, or going to second base on the throw. But
Yeah, we were talking during the break. It'd be nice to get a couple more runs. Bunton's really pitching a good ball game, but still would like to make it a little more comfortable.
Yeah, the A's have done their part hitting the ball wise. In this game, they haven't drawn any walks.
Yeah.
Or they've drawn one total, but not up to their usual walk drawing ability.
I actually like them better when they're getting base hits
Yeah,
instead of walks.
Definitely. Seeing the ball a lot better today, that's for sure.
Kenny played in last night's game. He ran for Harry in the 7th inning.
Didn't end up getting that bat because it's just a 7th inning game. Tenney ready for the first pitch. In there, strike one. Tenney's been a solid addition to this Sheboygan team. That one in there as well, 0-2. Good start for Musser. Musser's getting up a base hit in every single inning, and 2 of them in the last 2 innings. That one called strike 3, got Tenney looking. Another strikeout for Will Musser, make it number 4 for him.
I think Tenney thought that was a little bit high. I did too, actually, but Peterson's been pitcher friendly today.
That's for sure. The outside corner a little bit he's been given, and then that one a little high, like you mentioned. Neelitz drew a walk his first time up, the only walk so far for the A's. Swung on and missed this time though, 0-1.
Oh, I love his number. Number 25. He's got big shoes to fill. That was my number when I played with Sheboygan. Is he hitting over 200 yet?
That one up the middle, right to the field by the shortstop on Hoppin. Fired over there in time to retire Jackson Neelitz.
Boy, Ryan really showing off the arm on that play.
He's just doing it for fun. He really didn't even need to throw it that hard. That'll bring up Riley Palmquist to ground to that double play, but he does get an RBI for that one.
Yes.
He'll take that trade off, I'm assuming.
Oh. He does not get an RBI because he hit into a double play.
Good no.
There was no RBI in that 2-run second because the 1 run scored on a wild pitch and the other run scored on a double play. Bummer.
Never mind. 0-1. Palmquist hitting over 300 so far this year.
We had an interesting play a couple nights ago, and Denny was in the house, and he was obviously listening to the game. And we had called an error on Casper, and he actually called up to the booth and said, you know, it's not an error. It's either got to be a pass ball or a wild pitch. So we corrected our mistake.
Palmquist pops it up. Easy play for Ryan, the shortstop, to end the inning. The A's go down in order, but they still lead it 2-1 through 3.5.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Well, I'll take you home. Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Back for the bottom of the 4th inning, Jason Button has retired the last 7 and struck out the last 2. And he's been real solid for this A's team so far. Hopefully he can continue that, and then the A's can get him some run support in the next couple of innings. He'll face the middle of the order, Cordell Bowie, Sam Plash, and Aaron Hurd. Sorry. Bowie had that double right in the left center field gap. Kind of mentioned it earlier, looks like a big guy with a lot of power. Takes this time, 0-1, right down the middle from Bunton. Next one from Bunton is spiked in there. And
I was a little surprised that Bowie didn't swing at the first pitch because his last at bat he didn't wait around.
One and one. Swung on and missed by Bowie. 1-2.
So Maddie, what do you think? Do the jerseys look sun bleached to you or gray? Maddie says sun bleached.
2-2. 2-2 from Bunton to Bowie. It is swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Bunton. It's 3 in a row and 8 in a row retired for him.
Oh. Lucas told me to do the trivia question for this game, so I will.
That one into foul territory and down foul, 0-1.
Long run. All right, everybody in the booth should get this one. It's so easy, even Maddie. This Hall of Fame player played for 25 seasons and never pitched. Who is the legend?
Gee, yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Here, Maddie, now you know the answer too.
The 0-1 from Bunton. Just outside, evens the count at 1-1. Plash had a base hit his first time up. Pop that one up. It'll go Hadley's way, and he'll make the catch in foul territory for the second out.
Always got to like those balls that are hit up in the air and they're foul.
Yeah, you drop it's foul, catch it again out.
It's right.
Hurd, the DH, is up now. 5-hole hitter. Grounded out to Bunton.
Let's see if Hurd stays in the batter's box this time on the first pitch.
He tried to call a timeout his last time. Was not granted.
Well, and that time the home plate umpire signaled for Bunton not to pitch. He held his hand up until the batter got set in the box.
Takes the first pitch anyway, so it doesn't matter either or. 0-1 now to Hurd. Hurd flies one into short right field, and Sims will have an easy play over there to end the inning. The A's still up 2-1, and another 1-2-3 inning from Jason Bunton.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin.
You serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Back for the top of the 5th inning for the Sheboygan A's, and there'll be 9-1-2, Jason Sims, Braden Horn, and John Hadley.
Can I complete my task?
Yeah, go ahead.
This Hall of Famer played 25 seasons and never pitched. Who is this legend? The answer is Gene Mand. Gino and I played together. That's how long ago that was.
Oh, went back when you were wearing 25. Like
Exactly, yeah. But, you know, we've talked about Harry and all his accomplished and all that kind of stuff. You know, he'll get up the list and be near the top, but he'll never quite reach Gino's numbers.
They have to play another decade.
What is it, Harry on his 16th season?
I think.
15th? But anyway, you figure out to play at least 10 more years to equal that number.
Sims ready to lead it off, grounded out to Musser his first time up. Nice play he made on it. First pitch is high, 1-0 now with Jason Sims. In there, strike one, 1-1.
I don't know what it is, Lucas, but it just seems like a lot of those pitches are up, and I mean, I'm not saying they're not strikes, they just look higher than other games we've called.
Yeah, I guess maybe a little bit of adjusting the A's need to do to the zone. It's tough to just change your whole zone, and it's not, even if it's a small difference, it can be significant as a hitter. 1-2 to Sims from Musser. Sims fouls it back, stays 1-2.
You gotta like the way he shows the count with his arms way out.
Makes it easier for us up here. Sims check swing, did not go, according to both the home plate and first base umpires. 2-2. Seen a few times now. Musser's had a little bit of trouble putting away these A's hitters. Does have the 4 strikeouts, but take them a little bit each time. That one spiked in there again. Good block back there by Lee to make it 3-2.
Braden Horn waiting on deck. He'd like to get a hit today. He's 0 for 2. Last at bat, he really scalded that ball to center.
Made Glenn work for that one. The full count now to Jason Sims. Sims hits it on the ground to third base, plays it on a hop, and over to first in time to retire Jason Sims.
Sounded like he may have cracked his bat.
Yeah, I'll have to check on that one. You're right, it did sound a little bit weird. Brings the top of the order up, Braden Horn. You mentioned he's 0 for 2, looking to get back on track. Gets hit here, he'll be right at his average for the day, 1 for 3. A's clinging to that two-run lead, looking for some more insurance here in the 5th. Just high. Seems like the home plate umpire has given that call a few times so far today, but Horn gets lucky that time.
Yeah, I was surprised it wasn't called a strike.
The 1-0 now to Braden Horn is, that one's way inside, 2-0.
If we're talking about his strike zone, does that mean we're being critical?
No, I don't think necessarily.
No, we haven't been really ripping on him. It's just, he's been pretty consistent actually, I think.
Every umpire has a different zone. Pitch to Horn.
That thought is not universal up here in the press box, by the way. Everybody looks at CJ.
3-0 now to Braden Horn. In there, strike one, right down the middle. Horn looked to be taken all the way on that one.
Yeah, I'm thinking 3-1. That's a great pitch to be maybe swinging, especially if you got the lead. It's not like you're down runs.
3-1 to Horn. That one's low and outside, and Horn draws the 1-out walk.
Only the second walk to Mooser, by Mooser.
And 4 hits, 5 hits.
Yeah, 5 hits we have, 2 walks. That's what I should be tracking. Our left on base wasn't too bad last night.
And that double play really kind of ended all the men on in the second. Bring up John Hadley. Hadley's got one of those hits in this first inning. Struck out his second time up. There goes Horn, and he's going to be safe. Close play over there at second base. Throw is a little up the second base from Lee, but great play made by the shortstop, Jack Ryan, to make a good play.
Did you see how Lee threw that one?
From his knees.
Right from his knees, yeah. Never got up.
The 0-1 to John Hadley. Breaking ball, grounded foul up the first baseline. It'll be 0-2.
For Horn, that's his 4th stolen base of the season, and that breaks a 4-way tie for first place. He now leads the club.
He's done a lot of damage in his first couple weeks as part of this A's team. Oh, 2, 1 out, 2-1 A's, and John Hadley's up. Runner on second base, that's Braden Horn. Low, and it'll be 1-2. Hadley looking to drive in his college teammate. Both him and Braden Horn go to UW Milwaukee. Hadley swings and misses. Again, another strikeout for John Hadley. Breaking ball has gotten the best of him a couple times so far today, and that's 2 down for Sheboygan, and I'll bring up Harry Stout. He had a line drive base hit right up the middle his last time up.
I think if he gets that hit again, we get another run.
That's for sure, especially with Horn's speed over there at second base. See if he's going to attack that first pitch. First pitch in there. Looked a little low from up here, but.
Harry doesn't say much verbally at the plate, but his body actions do say a lot.
Kind of just stared back at him. The 0-1 pitch to Harry Stout. Low this time, 1-1. Musser trying to keep that insurance run out there, Braden Horn, from scoring, keep this game at 2-1. Pitch, Stout, grounds one, the short, Ryan bobbles it, and a great pick over there by Plash at first to retire the side. Kind of a slow developing play. Harry really didn't think he got a shot to get there, but I think Ryan made a great play on it to stay with it, and the A's remain up 2-1 through 4.5.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Back for the bottom of the 5th inning, Jason Bunton's worked a real great 4 innings. Ever since that first inning, he's been shut down, hasn't allowed a base runner since the first inning. He's shut down the last 10. Bottom of the order due up for Kenosha, Velasquez, Reed, and Lee. 6, 7, 8. Velasquez takes one low. Velasquez was the one who tried to show bunt without real too much effort in it. His first time up. The 1-0. That one's called strike. 1-1.
I don't think he liked that call. We like those pitcher-friendly umps, though. Keeps the game moving along.
The 1-1 is in there, strike 2. Right at the knees from Bunton. Pitch from Bunton, the 1-2. That one is inside, 2-2. Side maybe a little high, too, as well.
No walks for Jason, and he does have 4 strikeouts.
Bunton, the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Jason Bunton. Make it 11 in a row shutdown. Second time Velasquez has gone down swinging.
Looked like he took a little something off of that fastball, and batter was not able to catch up to it.
Brings up JT Reed, the left fielder. That one way inside, and it hit him.
There goes the streak.
It was getting up to 11 in a row by Jason Bunton, but finally, a hit batter provides the first base runner for the first inning for Kenosha. Zach Lee, the catcher, is up now, the 8-hole hitter. Flew out to left his first time up. In there, strike 1. JT Reed had a huge lead over there at first base. Looked like he was going to go. That one popped up, foul territory. Halley moving, and he's got a play on it for the second out, and they got him doubled up at first base. I don't know what JT Reed was thinking on a pop-up to the foul territory. Why was he even off of first base? But that's how it is, and that's how the inning ends. 2-1 A's through 5.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
We're back for the top of the 6th inning. The A's still lead this one 2-1. Score has not changed since the 2nd inning. But Will Musser's back out there right now in line for the loss. He's pitched a solid ball game so far, giving up the 5 hits, but only the 2 runs, both of them. No RBIs were given, and only one of them was earned.
Let's see that. Yeah, with the knee scoring on the wild pitch, that is considered an earned run. The second one, I guess, would be earned too. There was no error involved. Scored on a double play, but that doesn't matter.
I meant the no RBIs.
No RBIs, right? But they both were earned. RBIs are way overrated
Yeah,
too.
who cares? Speaking of a guy with 6 RBIs, that's the guy leading off this inning, Connor Lash. He's also got 3 homers and a hit today. Moved that batting average above 315 with that hit today. Hitting cleanup now after his hot streak of hitting. It'll be Lash, Neese, and Tenney. All 3 have a hit so far today. Five hits for the A's. 5 different hitters have a hit.
Last night in that Lombard win, we only had 4 hits all game. And the game before that, or no, the home game before that, we had 1 hit in 8 innings.
That's been a weird stretch of game for Sheboygan. Even with those 4-1 hits in those 2 of the last 3 games, they've won both of those.
And you think about that game where we had the 1 hit, you even made a comment about how is Jimmy going to do against a left-hander with the big sweeping curveball, and he dumped one into left field for the only hit of the game.
Perfect. Just the way that game had gone.
Yes.
Connor Lash is up now for the A's. That one in there, strike 1. Outside corner again by Will Musser. Musser looks in, ready for the 0-1. Fouled it back, 0-2 to Lash. Lash, like I mentioned, has a hit. He's also popped out foul territory to third baseman Bowie in the 1st inning. The 0-2 pitch. That one's hit into right field, and easy play over there for the first out.
That was a good pitch by Musser.
Yeah, kind of had Lash reaching out for that one. Still made a great contact with it, but flew out to right field.
Neese has hit the ball hard his 2 times. He had that ringing double to a left center field, and then he hit that one right back at the pitcher. Bounced off his leg, I guess, over to the second baseman who made the play.
That one's in there. Breaking ball, 0-1. Musser's done a nice job with that breaking ball. He's had pretty great command of it so far.
It's really tough when you're pitching a good game and your team can't get you any runs.
Yeah, I talked to Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's what he's had to deal with his entire career so far. 1-1 now to Neese. A's can get that 1 insurance run, give a little more security to Bunton. That one's in there, 1-2.
That looked like a good pitch to be swinging at.
Yeah, Neese kind of gave up on it, took a step back in the box. But he'll be ready for this 1-2 pitch. Fouled left side, right by the A's dugout. Tenney's on deck. He's got a base hit. Just inside. 2-2 to Neese.
That catcher wanted it too.
Tough one to take with 2 strikes, but Nice did it, and he got rewarded for it. Musser ready for the 2-2. Popped up into the infield, plays it on a hop, and retires Nice with lots of time to get the second out. Nick Tenney will be up now.
Cotty pretty quick on that play. Did the right thing, letting it bounce, not getting too close.
And plenty of time. Nice wasn't really running too hard down the line anyway. Tenney, the 6-hole hitter, had that base hit in the second inning, part of that 2-run inning for the A's. Hits one in foul territory. Off the netting and foul, 0-1. Great effort over there by Zach Lee. Sliding for it, but didn't matter because it hit the net.
Boy, did a good job of getting over there too.
Looked like both of them might have had a play on it, but just foul. 0-1 to Nick Tenney. Swung on and missed. It's always easy to recognize Nick Tenney around the dugout. He's always got the bright green batting gloves on. The 0-2 swung on and missed. Another strikeout for Will Musser. That will end the top of the 5th inning. The A's still lead it 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Back for the bottom of the 6th inning for the Sheboygan A's.
What inning is it?
6th.
Oh, okay.
Kenosha Kings 9-1-2 is who they have due up. Glenn and Ryan. Inside. Ball 1. Weird inning last time for the Kenosha Kings. They got the runner on with the hit by pitch, but got doubled off on a pop fly in foul territory.
You don't see that very often. I would classify Reed's base running as not very effective.
I would as well. That one hit on the ground foul. 1-2. Just past the left side of the third base bag. Cotty, the second baseman, was the one who ended last inning on the Nice, or not end last inning, was one of the 3 outs. Hits that one, and that one's going to get down for a base hit. Great piece of hitting by Joel Cotty, and Sims having trouble out there, but it's not going to cost him a base.
Cotty with a great decision to go back to first. He'd have been out by 30 feet. Never a good start when the 9-hitter leads off and gets on base.
That's for sure. Glenn up. Struck out swinging his last time up.
That was only the third hit by Kenosha.
Bunton's done a nice job. Tries to pick off move, but Cotty's back in there safely. Bunts, and that's going to be a base hit. No one's covering first.
Yeah, they had no chance.
Anyway. Glenn runs too well, and 2 men on and nobody out for Kenosha.
He really caught the defense by surprise.
And it really shouldn't have. He tried to bunt his last time up as well.
The placement of the bunt was the best thing. He got it past
sure.
Bunton, and then there was no chance once that happened.
Jack Ryan's 0 for 2 so far, the 2-hole hitter. Strikeout and a fly out to left. He'll take strike 1 in there from Jason Bunton. Really the first traffic Bunton's had all day. He had 2 runners on in the first inning, but that didn't last long.
What was nice about that situation was we're already 2 outs.
Yeah, this time there's no one, so a little bit different situation, and it'll be 1-1. But they're trying to work out of a jam. A's hold the 1-run lead, and they've held that since the second inning. That one's in there, strike 2. Big strikeout spot for Jason Bunton. Get the 1 down, maybe go for a double play. But Ryan's the most important one right now. Pops it up. Harry's got a read on and foul ground and makes the play for the first out. That's just as good of a strikeout. No one advances. 1 down. This is a dangerous hitter, though, for Kenosha. Ripped that double in left center field gap his first time up. Struck out swinging his last time. Cordell Bowie.
That would be the good and the bad. Hopefully we can have the ugly double play ball.
First pitch, low, 1-0. Seeing if Bowie would offer on that first pitch like he did this first time up. Did not. The 1-0. In there, strike 1. Sam Plash is on deck. He's also got a base hit. 2 of the 4 hits from the 3-4 hitters today for Kenosha. Inside again, 2-1.
A little bit of the danger zone now with 2 balls and only 1 strike. You got to figure Bowie's going to be looking to hit.
Yeah, no walks from Bunton so far. Hit by pitch, but no walks as Bowie fouls it back. 2-2. Big pitch coming from Jason Bunton. The big bat for this Kenosha Kings lineup at the plate.
It's good to have Jason's experience out on the mound.
Just inside. Full count now to Bowie. Bunton wanted that one, and so did every fan in the stands. On the A's side, at least. The payoff pitch inside and gets past Lash, but he'll do the same as a walk. Bases loaded, 1 out now for the cleanup batter, Sam Plash. First walk issued by Jason Bunton today.
Hey.
Leading at the mound with Bunton, Moyer. Is it a pitching change? We'll find out.
We saw a couple innings ago, Brad I don't know if he was warming up, but he was playing catch in the bullpen area. And there are some, I believe those are Addison A's players in the batting cage taking some swings. And we've mentioned this before, we cannot see the mound where they would warm up. The way we're situated, it's behind the bleachers.
Need to get a camera out there.
Yeah, CJ's working on that.
Sam Plash up now with the bases loaded. After the mound visit with Bunton, fouls it off right side, 0-1. Like we said, Bunton hasn't really seen a whole ton of traffic. He went retired 11 in a row earlier in the game. Grounder just foul. That would have been trouble. Kenosha would have taken the lead, but still 2-1, and it's an 0-2 count to Sam Plash.
Yeah, strikeout would be nice here. That or a double play ball.
Called strike 3 on the inside corner to get Plash. Tough pitch to take 0-2, and he is rung up for it. 2 down now for the 5-hole hitter, Aaron Hurd, who's 0 for 2 as well. Great pitch by Bunton, 0-2.
If there's any advantage to having the bases loaded is you get a force at any base. So get that third out.
First pitch to Hurd is in there. Strike 1. Even a little grounder that would normally go for an infield hit, just throw it home.
No question on that strike call. It was right down Main Street.
Bunton's 0-1 is outside. Nowhere to put him, Aaron Hurd. Bunton's problem really hasn't been walks any part throughout this outing. But pressure's a little higher. Bases loaded, 6th inning. Hurd.
That one's gone.
But playable to
Yeah.
left. That one sounded good off the bat, but the A's get out of it unscathed. 2-1, they still lead through 6 innings complete. We go to the top of the 7th as the A's look to close this game out. I thought he...
The estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Back for the bottom of the 6th, or top of the 7th inning. It's sure been a pitcher's duel so far between Bunton and Musser. No runs scored since the 2nd inning, and not a whole ton of traffic until that last inning for Kenosha.
For the ball game, Sheboygan has stranded 4 base runners, and the Kings have also stranded only 4 base runners, and that is a testament to the fine pitching on both sides.
Jackson Neelitz will lead it off, followed by Riley Palmquist and Jason Sims. Looking to, as we've said, multiple innings in a row now, looking just to get that one more insurance run at least for Bunton going into that 7th inning. Worked out of a jam, as we were mentioned earlier, in that 6th. Bases loaded with 1 out.
Nobody has come down to claim the 50-50, which was $134. Denny walking way over to the Kenosha side of the bleachers, and there a young lady comes down, showing her ticket. And Denny says, sorry, you're not a winner. Oh, no, he does give her the money. Congratulations.
You ever seen that happen before? Where they decided to win it, they didn't have the right ticket?
No.
No?
No. Even Sean gets it right all the time.
I think you have noticed about Musser in between innings. It takes a long time to warm up his practice pitches in between innings.
We didn't mention, but Will Musser, the pitcher, is also the manager for Kenosha.
First pitch, Neelitz hits one deep to left field, off the base of the fence, and he'll be sticking with a single. Got it in quickly from left field. JT Reed got it in quickly, and Neelitz records his first career hit in his first career game.
And we're all up here complaining it wasn't a double. Boy, he scalded that ball. Great job by the left fielder.
Yeah, bounced off right off the base of the fence. Thought for sure that was extra bases, but great play in left field. Palmquist now hits with a runner on base. Ames is coming in to pinch run for Jackson Neelitz. Doesn't make much of a difference because Neelitz was the DH. But a little more speed on the bases. Might see Ames on the run here. Haven't really seen too much from Lee back there at catcher. That one throw down, Palmquist got in on. There's Horn, actually, that got in on that stolen base.
Ames is a good base stealer, too.
We know Lee has an arm. He threw that one from his knees the last time.
Yeah, Ames had a stolen base last night.
The 1-0. He is a low, 2-0.
That lady who won the 50-50, she walked out with her child. I'm almost sure they're going to the concession stand. Now they can afford a hot dog.
Palmquist is 0 for 2 today, but he's 2-0 so far in his third at-bat. Grounds one just foul.
Oh, we were hoping. It was so close.
Left field, we seen what the left fielder has done. It would have been interesting to see what Ames did if he would have gone on a third or stuck at second base. 2-1 now to Riley Palmquist. Grounds one, double play ball, but trouble at second base. And it's over his head at first base and off the base of the dugout. And it will be third and first. Riley Palmquist looked like a tailor-made double play ball, similar to the one he had in the second inning. But it turns out the A's will have him on the corners with no one out.
You know, that could almost be two errors because he allowed the runner to get the first, the batter, I mean. And then he allowed Ames, who was on first, to go all the way to third on the throw.
Yeah, really weird play.
I'm going to give him 2 errors.
Blaine Bradford will pinch hit for, or pinch run for Riley Palmquist. More than likely see Bradford come in at shortstop next inning. So instead of no one out, or 2 outs and no one on base, the A's have him on the corners with no one out. For Jason Sims, looking for that insurance run to give one a little more security.
I thought Bradford would be going on the first pitch.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Lee would throw down, but trying to prevent that run at third at all costs, I'm assuming, if you're Kenosha. Musser looking at Bradford. The pitch. Popped up. Foul territory. Flash has a play, and he's got it for the first out. Tough one for Sims.
Yeah, that hurt.
And I'll bring up the top of the order. Braden Horn. Horn walked his last time up and had that stolen base on Zach Lee. Otherwise, he's 0 for 2. Strikeout and a fly out to center, but that fly out to center, as we said, was scolded. First pitch to Horn is a fly ball left field. We'll see what Ames does at third base. It's caught left, and there goes Ames. The throw, it's going to be close, and he's in there safely. The A's get that insurance run and make it 3-1. Great piece of hitting from Braden Horn to put the ball in the air.
First RBI of the game.
Second on the season for Braden Horn as well.
And good job of base running by Bradford. When he saw the throw is not going to be cut off, he went to second base.
So still a runner in scoring position despite the sac fly for the A's. And John Hadley at the plate. Musser's gotten Hadley a few times with that breaking ball in the dirt. See if he can get him back here. That one in there on the outside corner to John Hadley.
That was a good piece of hitting by Horn, not waiting around. Saw that pitch he liked, and great job by the left fielder too, getting behind the ball and throwing on the run as he came in to catch it.
Hadley takes it high and outside, 1-1. 2 outs for John Hadley, a runner on second base. That's Blaine Bradford.
Good job of managing by Moyer too, you know, getting those faster runners in there.
Yeah, I don't know if the Neelitz would have tagged up on that, but don't have to ever find out. 1-1 to Hadley. That one's in there again. That outside corner is working well for Will Musser. 1-2. Harry Stout waits on deck if he gets the opportunity. Hits the outfield. It's more than likely scoring Bradford if Hadley can put one in there. Fouls it left side. Now to play. Stays at 1-2.
Haven't heard that one in a while.
1-2, 2 outs. Runner on second base. 3-1 A's. Another strikeout, John Hadley, and that will end the top of the 7th. But the A's get one on the sac fly from Braden Horn. That scored Alex Ames. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th where the A's look to close it out.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you dream anything and do even more.
Well, I'll take you home. Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Back for the bottom of the 7th, where Jason Bunton looks to close it out for the complete game. Only giving up the 1 run so far, and he's been spectacular. Got out of a huge jam in the 6th to keep it where it is, and the A's got him his insurance run finally in the top of the 7th. The third time Velasquez is going to lead off an inning. He struck out both of his first 2 times up. Velasquez, Reed, and Lee will be the 3 due up for Kenosha.
Velasquez has struck out his first 2 times up. It'd be good to get another one.
And that one's line foul. Would have been an easy double for Velasquez had that one gotten down up territory, but instead he'll sit at 0-1.
You mentioned that Jason has 6 strikeouts in the ball game.
The 0-1 hit on the ground. Diving play will not be made by Jacob Neeson. It'll be a base hit for Mason Velasquez. Second inning in a row where Kenosha has led off the inning with a single. Bring up JT Reed.
New batter. 21.
Howie Rodriguez is the one that's due up for Kenosha in place of JT Reed. Pinch runner, it looks like also. EJ Lewis is on first base now for Kenosha, trying to make any sort of transition to get this game back to level. That one is in there, strike 1 on the new batter, Rodriguez. The 0-1 hit in the air to right field. Sims is there for the first out.
That insurance run was really good to get because you know, otherwise the tying run is on base. This way, you know, that not the case, and any little edge you can get, you'll take in a close game like this.
And especially with the pinch runner now, we do assume it have speed if he's pinch running. Don't want to mess around with only being up 1 run in that situation. Lee, that one, and the back pick is into right field, and it'll be in the second base. Lewis.
I think I'd give the error on the first baseman, was hit him right in the mitt, and he didn't catch it.
Lee definitely had a chance at it. He was never going to get Lewis out, but could have at least saved the base.
For Sheboygan, that's their second error of the game.
The pitch to Lee. Swung on and fouled right back at Lash, and he's going to need a little bit. Home plate umpire goes out to Bunton.
Good move by the umpire to go out and hand the ball to the pitcher and delay action a little bit, give Lash a chance to recover. And of course, you got to brush off home plate. The only thing he forgot to do was ask Lash if he's okay.
0-2 now on Zach Lee.
CJ, you're a catcher. Do you ever have that happen? Get hit and umpire has to delay it a little bit? I did. You're a great catcher to call balls and strikes behind because you're a little guy. Easy to see over.
That one outside, 1-2. Zach Lee is 0 for 2 so far today. Make it 0 for 3. The 8-hole hitter, and he's behind the plate today for Kenosha. Lewis is in a rundown. Throw over to Stelt, and Lewis will be tagged out for the second out. A huge out to get the tying run off the out of the plate. So now It would need Zach Lee to reach to get the tying run to the plate.
1-5-6 on the putout. That was terrible base running.
It's a couple times, and now we've seen that from Kenosha. Base running, bad base running has cost them.
Yeah, back in the 5th inning when Reed was on first base and it was a foul ball, and he ran to second and got thrown out before he got back to the base.
The 1-2 hit in the air to right field, sending the right fielder back off the wall. He'll try for second to throw in. He's got a play, and he's in there safely. And he just takes Lewis's spot. Runner on second again for Kenosha, and that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Joel Cotty.
Number 5, way at the top.
Nick Penzetta is the pinch hitter for Kenosha.
Interesting, because Cotty got a hit his last time up.
Yeah, you're talking about that 9-hole hitter getting the base hit to lead off the inning. Didn't end up scoring, but sure started a string of batters reaching for Kenosha.
That ball hit right off the Meyer sign, one of our major sponsors.
First pitch is low. Kenosha's down to their last out after the poor base running by Lewis, but they're kept alive by Zach Lee's double off the right field fence. That one outside 2-0. Bunn looking to put it away for the complete game. Only get up to 1 earned run so far. Looking to keep it that way. That one's in there. Strike 1, 2-1 now on Cotty, or the pinch hitter Penzetta. That one's in there as well, 2-2, and now Kenosha's down to their last strike.
Doesn't pay to complain to the umpire. He's been calling that pitch a strike all ball game. He's been very consistent.
Pitch from Bunton, swung on and missed, and held on to by Lash, and the A's win this one 3-1 behind a complete game from Jason Bunton, the 41-year-old. A's pull back to 500 in the Wisconsin State League, and Kenosha falls to 3-7 now overall. Any last thoughts, Marty?
I thought it was great pitching by both teams. Musser did a good job for his ball club, and Bunton, able to work out of a couple of jams late in the game, really made the difference, and that experience really helps in those kinds of situations. So great win for Sheboygan.
The A's will be back at Wildwood Park tonight at 8 p.m. For the Hall of Famer Mike Martin, I'm Lucas Scholze. We'll see you next time.